Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. We're glad you could make it, and remember, watch us because we're watching you. In this series of episodes, we'll be going to the PRL Museum.
Waiting for a ride, feeling like a loner. No.
That's right, the museum of what Poland was like under the communist regime. It's a fascinating look at the past and back into a time that we don't have to live in anymore, thankfully. But nonetheless, a full range of communist kitsch is on display. There's a little cafe serving treats of the time as well as coffee made in an ancient machine. Still tasty in its own way. There are plenty of artifacts of the time on display. There's even the reconstruction of a small flat of the time with all the kinds of machines, utensils, and clothing that you would have seen, not to mention furnishings and furniture. It's all a truly guilty pleasure. After the People's Republic of Poland Museum, we'll go to the shooting range at FSO, and my guest, Maria Kadzielska, will learn to shoot. She'll be shooting for the first time. This is the safest and most popular shooting range in Poland, where all the major competitions are held. And it's located in the old FSO factory. So stay tuned for thrills and spills on the next series of episodes in Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson. Thanks for watching. It says that this conversation is being listened to. Generally, the phone tap should be automatic, it says here. However, sometimes there's a human being. And the human labor is even cheaper. Yeah, in the old days, you never knew who was listening to you. You never knew in the old days if your conversation was yours alone or you were sharing with persons unknown. That's the way it used to be. You don't want to go back to those times. Certainly not. I wonder where Jacek is, by the way. Jacek, are you around? Oh,
Yes.
Here he is. Were you up there getting another cup of the beautiful coffee?
Hello.
We're here at the PRL Museum, and that was Rozmowa Kontrolowana,
Rozmowa kontrolowana.
which means somebody's listening, right?
Is someone listening to you? Be careful what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah, be careful what
This
you
is
say.
the meaning.
Yeah, back under communism, you never know who was listening, did you?
Yeah, this was
Yeah, be careful what you say.
this happened often that sometimes you hear someone on your line, someone which you didn't call. So
And they're making
it was-
noises.
Yeah, it was
It
obvious
wasn't
that
always a
someone-
machine, it could
that
be a
someone-
person.
No, of course, there was often a person.
Instead of a machine. Yeah.
You could hear.
You could hear them breathing.
Absolutely. Breathing, or sometimes someone could just say something even.
Even say something, hey, watch it.
Yeah, for example.
Hey, Comrade Stalin is our pal.
Sentence rozmowa kontrolowana comes again from a movie from 70s,
Okay.
from a comedy of Mr. Barea, and it was
What was the name of the film?
rozmowa kontrolowana.
Rozmowa Kontrolowana. So that means conversation overheard.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Okay. Now, we're standing here. I can't help. I almost fell over it. Look at this beautiful beast. You could take a family of 4 on holiday in this, couldn't you?
This was first family car in
Yeah.
Poland.
The first family
Believe
car.
me or not, but
No.
it's very small. But this was called even a family car. Cars for families.
Yeah. Familina. Samochód
Yeah,
familina. So
yeah, it was called just maluch.
what about the yellow color? Was that a popular?
I can say,
it didn't
although,
Yeah.
no, it did matter.
Yeah.
Because, for example, if you wanted to buy it, you couldn't buy it just go and buy. You either waited in a queue for few years,
Yeah.
either you maybe were somehow connected to someone important, so you could get it earlier, or you could buy it on the black market. And let's say if it costed like 100,000 zloty, on the black market it would cost 300,000 zloty. So
Well, how much is that in real money, like dollars or something like that? What kind of money are we talking about?
it's very hard to me to say how much it was worth at that time. I don't remember exactly how much. it could cost. Generally, for us, it was very, very expensive.
It was
Even
very
this-
expensive, and you had a
very
long
expensive.
queue.
And a very long queue.
To
but
get one.
coming back
Yeah.
to the color, there were special colors which you, if you wanted to have, you had to bribe
So you had to pay
get.
some
For
extra
example,
money.
red.
Red was a big
Absolutely.
color. Yeah.
If you wanted to have red, you had to give some money.
Okay.
And
The usual color would be white
yeah,
or something.
white was
or gray.
quite popular, but red was something, you know.
Yeah.
Red color, maybe from Ferrari.
Yeah, that's right. I have a friend who's got an old one, and it's painted Ferrari red. So I think there was actually a series.
Maybe it was,
yeah.
you know,
There was a series.
a real dream to have a Ferrari.
Now, I've driven one of these. In fact, I used to own one. I bought it for fun.
Say me,
Yeah, yeah.
of course.
Yeah. And do you still have it? No.
No, it was years ago.
Yeah, yeah. And it's called. It was made by Fiat. It was manufactured in Poland. You can see it's called Polski Fiat.
Yeah.
In fact, they were made right where we're going after this, because we're going to the FSO plant.
No, it wasn't made in the FSO.
oh,
in
right,
Bielsko-Biała or
Okay.
Tychy. In FSO, there were another Polski Fiat produced, the big Fiat, duży
Ah,
Fiat.
the large.
Yeah,
Fiat,
the large
which wasn't large either.
Oh no, it was.
It
I
was
would
bigger.
say it was kind of like Opel Astra sized.
Yeah, something like
It was.
that.
It was.
Medium
It was more comfortable car. It
Yeah.
was a normal car. Yeah.
And quite a good car. That was European Car of the Year
Yeah,
back in the
we had-
70s. I read
Yeah, we had
somewhere.
ours. I think Sobiesław Zasada, the driver in these championships,
Yeah,
who drove and maybe even won something in this big Fiat. So
fantastic.
Don't remember.
What about this right here?
Oh, this is Komar. Because we didn't Komar.
Komar?
Komar means
Mosquito?
Mosquito, yeah.
Yeah,
Because of the sound
that it
generated,
makes, which is
yeah.
zzz,
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. And because we had a shortage of cars, this was very popular because it
Did
was
you ever ride
cheaper.
one?
Yeah.
Did you have one when you were a kid?
I didn't have, but I drove.
But you drive it or ride it? I suppose you ride one.
Yeah, maybe I rode. Yeah,
And what's
right,
the top speed? What does it say?
It was 60, but
50
50. You normally could
kilometers an hour.
Could go like 40, 45,
Yeah, it's
maybe
about
up to 50.
25 to 30
Yeah.
miles an hour.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, 40 to 50
More or less.
kilometers. Fascinating. I have to try one of those. Nowadays, everybody has a Vespa, the Italian style
Yeah.
things. And over here, we see some of the styles of the time, don't we? And you can
Fashion.
see some of the ladies. You know, I was recently, I would say about 2 years ago, I was in Slovakia and at Prešov, which I call Depresov. Because
Really?
it was the middle of winter. There was nothing going on at night. Not that I have to have a huge amount of nightlife, but there was nothing open, even looking for a place to eat. Finally found a place to eat. One restaurant open on the main street in Prešov, but I noticed, I was fascinated by the shops, because you still saw styles like this in the shops, even now, in the first quarter of the end of the first quarter of the 21st century.
I think this kind of design in furniture, in fashion, is getting more and more popular again.
It's coming back. It's coming back. We see with a lot of the styles, with men's clothing, for example, it's much more like the 60s, or even the 50s, 60s in the cuts, and maybe some of that's coming back. But they're quite nice styles. Very pastel as well, aren't they? Yeah. And here we see the typical kind of luggage that people would have used. So it's not expensive stuff, but it's cheerful, right?
Yes.
Cheap and cheerful, we could say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And over here is a very interesting, this soda machine. You can see that you get,
This was Mr. Stalin answer to Coca-Cola vending machines.
it's amazing, isn't it? You can have soda water, or you can have soda water with
juice.
With juice.
Concentrated juice, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, very good. Okay, folks, thanks for watching. We're here at the PRL Museum. I'm here with Jacek
Pilachowski.
Pilachowski. Does that have a meaning, Pilachowski?
I don't think
Just
so.
a name, yeah. Yeah. And I hope you've enjoyed it. We're going to come back in the next segment. We're going to look at a flat preserved out of time, like a bug in aspic. And we'll see how people lived exactly in the time of the 50s and 60s here in Poland. It's not 50s and 60s, that flat?
Part of it is like we have different things there from
Yeah.
50s, 60s, and the 70s.
Okay. Stay tuned for the next thrilling episode. We're here in beautiful downtown Warsaw at the PRL Museum.